Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about how to write an application letter. An application letter consists of two parts. The first part is a cover letter, and the second part is a resume or curriculum vitae, which is CV in short. Now, let's read these pages in your book. From page 121 to page 125, you can find some instruction leading you to write up this application letter. Let's read the instructions together. Writing task: letter of application. For Careers Week, you will spend 1 week working in a position of your choice. Read the job advertisements on the Careers Week board display. Write a letter of application for one of the positions. Write about 200 words. Here you can find 3 job advertisements. So they are for the position of junior reporter, waiter or waitress, production assistant. Before we start writing, we need to know the background or the requirement of this piece of writing. So first, what is the purpose of your letter of application? So normally, the purpose of writing a letter of application is to get an interview for a job. So how about the audience? Who is going to read your letter of application? So they should be the recipient of your letter of application. So maybe the human resources manager or the manager of that company. And then for the writing tone of your application letter, it should be formal and polite. On page 122, you can find the feature of this test type letter of application. You should start your letter of application by writing your own address. Next, you need to write down the date of writing. Third, you need to write the recipient's name, the title, and also the address. Fourth, you can find greeting. So here you can see Dear Mrs. Yuan. And then the fifth part should be the subject line. So you need to put the subject line in the middle of the line. After that, you can start your first paragraph by writing your background information and also the purpose of the letter. And then in the middle part of the letter, you need to respond to the requirements and talk about your related experience. In the last paragraph, you need to request for an interview and also you need to thank the recipient. So here you can find the last paragraph is said, I would be happy to come to your office for an interview. Thank you for your time and consideration. So you'd better recite these 2 lines just because it is very useful to close an application letter. Finally, you need to write up the closing, that is yours sincerely. As you can see, the greeting is Dear Mrs. Yuan. Okay, we know the surname of this person, so your closing, you need to use yours sincerely. However, if we don't know who will read your letter, then we will close it by using yours faithfully. So this is mentioned last time when you write your letter of complaint. Finally, don't forget to sign your name. When you write your application letter, you need to write it clearly and concisely. So write clearly and concisely, that means you should avoid unnecessary information. So you need to write in the active voice. For example, I started the video gaming club at my school. Second, you need to use shorter words to replace long phrases. For example, you need to rewrite members of the video gaming club to the video gaming club's member. Instead of writing for the reason that, you can use because. You can also use to instead of in order to. Third, you need to take out obvious and unnecessary details. For example, I have also organized gaming competitions for students who like playing video games in school. This sentence is too long, so we should shorten it by writing, I have also organized gaming competitions in school. Lastly, you need to avoid modifiers and repetitive words. For example, we need to write memories instead of past memories. You can use facts instead of true facts. You can use differences instead of saying various differences. On page 124, you can find some useful vocabulary. Let's go through them together. Action words to talk about related experience. Achieved, assisted, created, developed, organized, prepared, served, solved. Adjectives describing personal qualities and skills. Attentive, efficient, motivated, personable, polite, practical, reliable, sensible. You may also use the language patterns below to write your letter of application. For example, describing completed actions in the past. I organized a school event in September. Second, talking about related experience. I have developed 2 game apps so far. So now you can go back to page 121. Read the instruction and start writing your letter of application in response to one of these job advertisements. You're not required to write a resume or a CV this time. However, you need to know how to write a proper CV. There are no specific formats for writing up a CV, but for a CV, there are some key components like photo, your full name, your address, your telephone number, and some of your background information. Well, actually, if you really need to write a CV, there are some templates in all the word processing apps or programs that can help you organize your personal information. This is the end of this writing lesson. So you can now go back to page 121 and start writing up your letter of application. Thank you.